Madison Bell is an 18-year-old high school senior who went missing from her small town in Ohio on Sunday, May 17th of 2020. Maddie was a cheerleader in high school and had just been accepted to Ohio University, and she was excited to start in the fall. Her mother, Melissa, said she was cleaning on Sunday morning at their home in Greenville, Ohio, while Madison yelled to her that she was going to go tanning. Her live-in boyfriend was allegedly on the couch and either acknowledged her leaving or maybe he didn't. Honestly, we're not sure because both versions have been told. Either way, it's being said Maddie left sometime around 10 a.m. Her mother didn't think much of it until 45 minutes or so had passed and Maddie hadn't returned home. Her mother said it takes just about 6 minutes to get there and 6 minutes to get back, and it's only a 20-minute bed, so only 20 minutes to tan. She said it's not unlike her to go tanning and fall asleep, as she had done this the day before. She also said both her and her boyfriend tried to reach her, but they couldn't. She turned on her Find My iPhone app and said she noticed Madison's phone pinging and bouncing back and forth between the market, where locals, including Maddie, go to tan, and a local church. Melissa advised in an interview with Gray Hughes that she thought that maybe she had fallen asleep in the tanning bed. Melissa and the live-in boyfriend, Cody, then head to the market to try to locate Maddie. The market is legitimately right across the street from the church, but Cody and Melissa had to pass the church to get to the market. One or both of them noticed that her car was in the church parking lot, so they go to check out the situation. This was before they even make it to the market. Melissa told Gray Hughes that the car was unlocked with her cell phone in the car and the keys still in the ignition. She also said that the windows had been rolled up, so it was really hot inside, and that money and spare change in the vehicle were still there. This was very unlike her, as she was not known to leave her car open or leave her cell phone. At this point, 911 is called, and Maddie is officially reported missing. This is when the investigation starts, as well as the search parties. Karen Johnson with WLWT advised her ID and bank card are currently still missing, but Melissa has advised that her bank card has not been used since before her disappearance. Originally, Melissa couldn't remember her daughter's phone passcode. She says that she frantically tried a few times and got locked out of Maddie's phone. She said at some point during the night or early morning hours, she remembered her passcode, so she emailed it to law enforcement. Thankfully, that was the right passcode, as law enforcement has since been able to get into her phone. Her mother states that she was very punctual and would even let her mother know if she was going to be longer than she thought in a drive-through or just 5 minutes late. This was very unlike Maddie to just not come home. We haven't been able to confirm what Maddie was wearing when she left her home on Sunday either. Melissa has said there's a red Destin t-shirt that is missing from her home of Madison's, in addition to a black North Face zip-up jacket where she normally keeps her items, such as her driver's license and bank card. The morning Maddie went missing, she was said to be rubbing Cody's back on the couch where he fell asleep before she left. One account says that he said that he'll see her later or when she gets back, and actually acknowledged her leaving. But in another account, it is said that he was asleep, so he didn't see her. Let's be honest, if I'm laying down and either asleep or almost asleep, I may in fact acknowledge someone as they're talking. So as odd as it might sound, it's in fact a possibility that he was just sleeping or almost asleep and also acknowledged her, but still didn't see what she was wearing. Maybe his face was just turned in a different direction, or his eyes were closed. Either way, Maddie was last seen in her pajamas and was not known to go out in such attire. Her mom even mentioned that she wouldn't even go to Dollar General without wearing makeup, so the likelihood of her going elsewhere instead of or after going tanning doesn't seem plausible to them. There are quite a lot of rumors in this case so far, and not too much has actually been confirmed or proven as fact. There have been many ideas, but there haven't been a whole lot of confirmations, like I said. There haven't been any press conferences, which has left many people to wonder what exactly is going on. There's currently a $15,000 reward for Maddie's safe return. I want to discuss a few things that we have been able to, in fact, confirm in one way or another. Maddie actually never made it to the market to go tanning, and where Maddie's car was found, it was found in a church parking lot by Melissa, Maddie's mother, and her boyfriend Cody. It had initially been said that maybe police had pinged her phone, but it actually turns out that her mother did that. A white car with California plates was said to have been in the same church parking lot that Maddie's car was found in, even to the point of the same area of the parking lot. Mind you, due to the current situation, services were not being held in person on Sunday morning. But the treasurer was at the church and was said to be on the property and actually saw the vehicle. This vehicle stood out to them, most likely because of the plates, they said. The mother reported to True Crime in Colorado that multiple people actually saw this vehicle, and some even reported seeing a male in his 20s to 30s wearing a polo with blonde or sandy blonde hair outside of this vehicle at some point earlier in the morning, maybe approximately 9:45. Maddie was said to be leaving her house at approximately 10 a.m. According to Melissa, 4 people have in fact stated that this car had California plates, and it may be a Nissan. The mother said she's very distraught and thinks that she's been taken based on the description that others have given. She's very worried about her safety and trying to get her information out to anyone and everyone. The white car of interest was then spotted on surrounding area CCTV footage. The church had dummy cameras though, so unfortunately there's no actual footage of this video in the parking lot. There's no known footage of Maddie leaving with anyone either, and no one knows who this person is or who is allegedly seen with this car. They think this vehicle may be headed towards Leesburg with her in it. Madison also disappeared on graduation week, something very important to most seniors. Her family says that she would never just leave her loved ones either, including her dogs. There's also been some rumors going around concerning the possible make and model of the boyfriend's car. I wanted to clear a few things up, as Cody in fact was an owner of a car that was similar to the car of interest, but it is said to not be the vehicle by Cody's father. Cody's father also says that vehicle Cody owned was not white. The vehicle of interest is. There are also reports surfacing on Facebook that allege that Cody is no longer driving this vehicle due to all the issues that it had. His father also seems to confirm this information on Facebook as well. I don't know if the car was sold. I don't know if maybe it's just sitting or it had been scrapped. I'm not exactly sure, but we're working to confirm that information as well. We also know that the FBI and the Texas EchoSearch are now helping local authorities. There are multiple agencies working on this case due to the jurisdiction and the location of where Maddie actually lives and disappeared. Maddie's boyfriend Cody was said to be living with them for 5 years before she disappeared. Their Facebook page alleges they each have individual pages and they're tied together by their relationship status, and that alleges that they started dating in February of 2016. Cody initially posted quite a few updates and shared other posts about Maddie, but most of those have since been deleted. There are still a couple here and there. Some of those get deleted too. There could be multiple reasons for this. I know a lot of people are speculating, but honestly, he could just be harassed right now and just not wanting to deal with it. But that's just one reason. There's a lot of people who are also going to be curious and maybe try to ask questions or interfere, and he might just not want any part of that. Melissa and Cody are also 2 of the last people that are known to actually have seen Maddie at this time. We also know that multiple search parties have been conducted, including a massive search of over 300 people. We know that Maddie's mother said that the only social media accounts that she has are Pinterest and Facebook, and that she has had access to those accounts ever since they were created. The father, Bill, hasn't been as vocal in media, but recently surfaced last night during a vigil. He has also been very vocal on social media, just not, the news and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of posts from him talking about his daughter and their daughter and how she's missing. Karen Johnson said that he was at the prayer vigil for Maddie on Wednesday evening as well, so that was some confirmation. There's also something else that hasn't been confirmed, but some are saying there might have been a little fishing trip the day or night before Maddie went missing. I don't know exactly who went, but some people have asked whether or not this body of water that they might have been fishing at has actually been searched. Karen Johnson, again with WLWT, has reported that she does not think that any bodies of water have been searched, but we cannot 100% confirm this. She said she didn't think that she saw anybody with any diving equipment, and she's actually been out there on scene multiple times and is going back out there today. I think she's already back out there. WCPO is also reporting that her car has been processed by law enforcement. I think they said specifically the Attorney General's office, and is being held as evidence. Now, there's a lot of things that we don't know. The obvious is where Maddie is and what happened to Maddie. We also don't know how this alleged vehicle of interest may be involved in Maddie's disappearance. We know it shows up shortly before Maddie allegedly disappears, but we don't know much more than that. We also don't know if Maddie left willingly or not. There's been multiple people who have said she would never do this, but there's also speculation, again, simply speculation, that it might be hard for someone to get out of a relationship if they had a live-in boyfriend for all that time. And if they wanted to leave, this might be their only way to do so. We also don't know who is involved in this disappearance at all. Again, we don't know if she left willingly or if there was some sort of foul play involved. We also don't know what the motive behind all of this really is. And again, whether this is voluntarily or involuntarily, we still don't know that MO. We also don't know if Maddie really left to go tanning or not. Her mother said she did, but what was her real intention? We don't know who she was last speaking with on her phone or what those messages were. We also know that, if you send a text message, you can delete it. So it may take some time for law enforcement to get the full records, depending on if anything was deleted as well. I've also been wanting to confirm whether or not the family home and or any neighbors have had video footage of Maddie leaving on Sunday morning. This would definitely help identify the exact time that she left the house, and it would also offer additional countless accounts of other pieces of information and details that we might not otherwise get. There have been some posts that I've seen circulating online asking for people to search their video footage if they're local as well. That's definitely something if you're listening and you're local, live on the street, any kind of route, if you live on the route to or from any of these locations, that would definitely be beneficial if you're able to do so. As you can tell, this is a very fluid and ever-changing situation. As the days and hours continue to add up, so does the fear and desperation within her loved ones. If you have any information in regards to Madison Bell's disappearance, please contact 911 or the Highland County Sheriff's Department at 937-393-1421. If you want to join the discussion, click on the Facebook link in the description below. This is a great source of information, resources, and updates. The family also has a Facebook group set up along with a fundraiser, so I will link those all below. We will continue to follow this case and provide updates as they become available. As always, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.